M0AUG.
M0AUG, checking access, please. Chief, all right, well, thank goodness for that, Nick. I don't know what's going on with the terminal more, but that's another story. Sorry, everybody, for being a few minutes late. CQ, this is Mike 0, Alpha Uniform Golf, calling and all members and friends of Pennine Ham for the Thursday evening digital net, calling from my home station on the File Coast. So, we'll go back to the top of my list, watch visually, and over to Frankie Keel, DG6OAY in the group, M0AUG.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, good evening, two other different time zones and everyone around. What can I report? First about the weather. The weather has improved. Yesterday we still had some rain showers moving through, but finally it's getting warmer. Now it's May-like temperatures and not the temperatures from April that we had before. Once I heard lightning strike here that was not nearby, but then was already the first thunderstorm nearby here. But the next coming days and weeks should be really warm summer weather, and I'm looking forward to that because I'm doing a short vacation in Denmark and will be on the air as Oscar Zulu DG6OAY. So next Thursday I will probably not be here, but operating from Denmark. Back to Jeff, M0AUG.
DG6OAY in the group, M0AUG returning. Yes, one and that, and Frank, and obviously we'll know if you're not here next week, you're still aware of that. And I don't know what happened with my terminal mode on the 705 this evening, but something has gone daft on it, really. I think it's because I was trying to help somebody else with their call sign earlier on. I just upset something. So life. Over to you there, Ralph. Good afternoon and good evening. Kilo 5 Lima Echo, M0AUG.
M0AUG K5ULE here in San Angelo, Texas, where it's currently thundering and it's nice and cool and rainy. And I'm sitting here in my office working on cleaning it out. So that's all I have for this round. It's good to hear everybody on here. K5ULE.
Okay there, Ralph, and hope there isn't too much to clean up over there. And over to you there, Lou. JKJJ in the group, M0AUG, and how's your wife, Lou?
M0AUG in the group. Are you copying? Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
JKJJ, M0AUG, yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, okay, Jeff. Well, thanks for the asking after the XYL. She's much improved, thanks very much. And I'm very pleased because she wasn't very well last week. I don't know what it was. It was a bug of some sort, but she is improved. The WX, greetings to everyone. And Nice to be back, and I hope everybody's had a good week. The WX in Nottingham, warm, sunny periods, light winds, temperature 21 degrees centigrade. Very, very nice indeed. And I think it's going to get hotter, which is not something I'm going to enjoy, but I know a lot of people do. First, I'd like to say how much I enjoyed the presentation on FT8 by David, MM1 MGS. The presentation was excellent and certainly chimed with much of my experience. I'm a very great fan of FT8 because it enables me to work distance stations with fairly low power and modest antennas. My other great passion is designing, making and testing homebrew equipment, and FT8 enables me to test out the equipment effectively and quickly. So I do like FT8. Thanks very much to Nick for organising the presentation. The 70 centimetre turnstile antenna is now completed and testing has begun. Over the weekend, I worked 10 stations via RS44 using the indoor turnstile for receive. It clearly worked well, and B in the loft didn't appear to attenuate the signals too much. Of course, this was FT4, so it may not perform as well on SSB. I did work Martin G4WJX a couple of times, and that was very pleasing. I also attempted to work the signals faded. Anyway, more from me on the next over. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, GAKJJ.
JKJ in the group, M0AUG returning. Yes, why not? And please see the wife has improved anyway. We were all the information on what you're up to at the moment. I started to listen to the presentation last night, but something locally pulled me away from that, and I'll have to catch up with it on the YouTube channel. And I'm pleased it was an interesting evening for everybody. Certainly from the comments I've seen so far, it was. So I'll enjoy it eventually. Over to Northern Germany now, please, for Mike and Adriana. DL1BJW with a DL8BT in the group, M0AUG. Good evening to you both, and over to you, Mike.
Delta Bravo Juliet Whiskey, very good evening from Adriana and myself to all members and friends and everybody listening. First of all, I have to tell you that Adriana is listening in the background, but she will not be actively speaking because since several days she's got a quite severe cold, and from yesterday to today it has developed into a very strong, I think you call it sinusitis. So it's affecting how do you call it? I'm looking for vocabulary, but I think sinusitis is known. So she sends her best greetings, and she is listening, but she can't talk herself at this moment because of the problems there. We both were delighted about yesterday's talk about FT8 by Martin. It was really, really excellent. We were really very glad about it because it was to the point. It was 100% true what he said, and absolutely good performance, really excellent, fabulous, you could say. And so this has been a very successful and very good evening. And the talk afterwards was also very nice and very interesting as well. I've something for Frank, Delta Golf 6 Oscar Alpha Yankee. When you are on holiday next week in Denmark, perhaps you can mail us your frequencies on WhatsApp, so we could be on the lookout for you. and this would be nice if there could be a contact between us. As to the WX, here in our part of country, we are about 250 kilometers as the crow flies from Frank's QTH in Kiel, but the weather is very similar. It has been taken to the better side today, especially in the late afternoon. Temperature has gone up to 20 degrees Celsius and shall be rising to up to 27 on Saturday. Well, let's wait and see, and hope for it to come true. But yeah, we have had lots of rain and very somber weather, very dark weather in the past weeks, and it would be very welcome if there's a little bit more light and more warmth. So with this, I give the microphone back to M0AUG.
DL1 BJW with the elite BDT in the background, and hope you're feeling better there, Adriana. And there's lots of these things around at the moment, and I hope it's not too uncomfortable for you. So finally, all that, Mike, over to you there, Keith, and thanks for giving me a call back earlier on. GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group, GM4JKZ. Yeah, hi there, Jeff. And one and all, yeah, no problems at all. And good evening to all our listeners, if they're on YouTube there. One advantage, Adriana, of your condition is that it doesn't affect your CW hand. So carry on with the hobby, he says. If the eyes can stop streaming, perhaps. But yeah, I do sympathise with you there. Last night's talk, David's talk was excellent, I thought. Clear and concise, and as I said last night, I did actually manage to work into New Zealand while he was talking on FT8 on 30, and it was quite interesting because, as he was saying, the bands go up and down, and that's exactly what 30 was doing last night. But it didn't detract from what he was actually saying, and I thought it was excellent. Weather here, it's overcast still, about 15 degrees. Yesterday I had occasion to, which is about 10 miles away, to pick up some bits for the work that I'm doing. And I had to slow right down to 25 miles an hour because of an intense, momentary hailstone storm. Only lasted about a minute and a half, but it was quite an amazing sight to see. And fortunately, all the other vehicles slowed down as well, presumably because there were no Range Rovers around. I mustn't say that. Radio-wise, that was all I've been doing this last week. It's been flooring, it's been ripping up carpets, it's been putting down underfelt and painting and all the house work. Still trying to get it on top of it. And the families came home. Wife and the dogs returned on Sunday. So it's good to have some company back now instead of just the radio. And the other good advantage of, we did have some good weather, some good sunny weather yesterday and first thing this morning. The house battery's fully charged, so can't complain there. So back to you, Jeff, M0AUG, the group, GM4JKZ.
GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG returning. I don't know, Keith. It sounds like you've had your hands full doing all the jobs off. Everybody else has been away. So, no, that's not a problem. And at least you have a bit of time to play with the radio and everything else. And I'm glad you've got the jobs on that you've sorted out there. So, let me just find my place again because the computer's jumped. Okay, over to you then, G4IW in the group, M0AG.
M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, good evening, Jeff and everyone else, to Frank and to Ralph, to Lou, Mike and Adriana and Keith, good to see you all. And I'm glad that all the comments have been positive about last night's talk by David up there in Scotland, Mike 1, Mike Golf Sierra. I thought he gave a very, very good and balanced viewpoint in the meeting last night, and he's clearly someone a bit like members of our club who's kind of opening to try new things and exploring different aspects of the hobby and enjoying all the things that he's playing with. And it was lovely to see quite how he finds the time with the farm he runs there, and also the work that he does with his wife in having an activity centre for people with disabilities. That's some achievement, as well as hosting their local radio club in the farm there and having activities around that as well. So clearly a very, very lovely man, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. We've had a couple of emails about it today, and one of them came in from one of the listeners on the talk last night, who made the point that he was just giving his own story. So because this is, I don't know if he wants us to quote him, so I'm not going to give his call sign, but he just said, thanks to David and the contributors last night, he really enjoyed it. He was licensed as a G6 in 1984, but hasn't been on the radio for over 25 years. He's back active again now, buying lots of kit and trying to get back up to speed with the hobby. He said that he did originally computer-based RITI with friends who had the proper XPT gear. His background is electronics, computing and physics, and he's really hoping to get out and do some portable operating. So I've sent him a note back and talked to him about the digital net and thanking him for his contribution. He did meet some of us at Blackpool earlier in the year, so I hope that we'll see him perhaps on the digital net at future club meetings or some of the other stuff that's going on. So lovely to hear from him in particular from last night. And that's always a pleasure, I think, when we get that kind of immediate feedback from talks like the one we had last night. So that was extremely good. WX here today, we've got up to 20 degrees here. It's currently just below 19 degrees, 18.8 degrees, so still quite mild. Although we've had a few spots of rain this afternoon. I did sit out in the garden for a bit, and my XYL told me I'd peaked too early as the rain started to fall in the back garden. So we're not quite there yet. It looks to the weather forecast that we've got for this part of northern England. We've got the best day is Monday, where the forecast is a sunny day all day and peaking at 26 degrees Celsius. So that looks to me like it's going to be the warmest of the next few days. But anything which is an improvement over the cold winds and the very unstable conditions with the rain and so on that we've had persistently really over the last few weeks. So thoroughly looking forward to getting outside and possibly getting on the radio at some stage as well. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
G4IWO in the group, M0AUG returning. Yes, it's good to get feedback and like that, and especially some of them met up in Blackpool there. And fine on the weather forecast. If it's as good as that, it's going to get very, very busy up in my part of the world, where everybody comes up to the seaside for the bank holiday Monday. No problem at all. We'll stay where we are. It's nice to hear that all the other times when the crowds aren't here, but we don't want to join in the crowds. So, over to you there, Jeff, and thanks for sending in when I sent you the email earlier on. I don't know what I'm on the terminal mode. I mean, that's a work in progress again. That's Saturday, yeah. Not a problem. And good that you're able to just jump in there. So what's the number time in the group? M0AUG.
Okay. Mike 0 Alpha Uniform Golf, the group of 8 November Tango. Yeah, very good day to everyone, also to the people on the YouTube channel. Nice to catch up. We have about 22 degrees today, and we will go to 30 degrees on Tuesday, so every day it will be a little bit more warmer. So, yeah, we are looking forward to a nice weekend. Nice to hear, Lou, that your wife is going stronger and better. And Adriana, please take care. Yeah, I understand that you will not take the microphone in that condition. That's a little bit difficult, but yeah, we are supporting you for a good recovery, Adriana. Roger. Yeah, Lou, I hear you also on the satellite a couple of times, and you were fading away, so I know exactly what's happening here. Yeah, compromised antenna, no preamps, nothing at all actually. And I have a big tree in the way between the satellite and me, especially in that corner when we have the ideal pass for the United States, which is my preferred pass, of course. Okay, yeah, the Zoom session yesterday was very good. I really enjoyed that. I think we really had a good discussion. Also afterwards, and I was impressed by David, not only what he was doing radio-wise, but also what he was doing there on his farm and together with his wife. That was very impressive. He's a great man, I think, and I have the feeling that we might see him more in one way or another, be it here on the digital net or maybe on some of our Zoom sessions. So that would be very good. Okay, I give the microphone back to you, Jeff, 90AUG, the group of 8 November Tango.
Oh, 8 November Tango in the group, M0AUG returning. Yes, fine and that, and thanks for that, Jeff. And also, I'll just have an email back or text back from Jim, just so that he's monitoring on the YouTube. I thought you would be there, Jim. That's why I didn't call you in. I saw you up at the top, but not a problem there. Hope you're enjoying the evening and that all is well with you. Over to the US now and see where Bob's up to with his poultice and everything else. November 4 XL for Tango in the group. Good afternoon and good evening there, Bob. M0AUG. 0AUG with the group, November 4 X-Ray Alpha Tango. Good evening to everyone on the net, and good afternoon to everyone the other areas of the United States that are watching it. I had a doctor's appointment this morning at home in time to try to set up for this. For some reason, something has happened, and I cannot transmit my pictures to my set, so that I forwarded one to Nick, and Nick said that he would forward my picture for me. We have broken the heat wave here from the mid-20s to high 20s yesterday. Today is 13 Celsius and heavy rain. So it has cooled down tremendously, and actually I prefer it this way in my Radio Shack. During that heat wave, it was pretty warm out here. The presentation yesterday was fantastic, and as the other Jeff said, like that, probably we'll be seeing more or hearing more from David. I agree with him entirely. And along that subject, on Tuesday, I started putting my antennas back outside, and I got 20 meters working fairly well. 40 meters seems to be a bit weak. I have to play a bit more with to figure out what's going on. But at any rate, on 20 meters, Lou, on I think it was on Tuesday. I saw your calling on FT8 on 20 meters. I did go back to you, but of course you didn't see me. I did see you time on 20 meters, Lou. FT8. Excuse me. Let me Adriana, I hope that you're not coming down with something that I still am recovering from. Keeping my fingers crossed, and I wish you well. With that, back to you, Jeff M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango, the group M0AUG turning. Thanks for that, Bob, and sorry that you might have difficulty in sending a picture over this evening, but, these technical things happen. I had a nightmare just before the next came on because my terminal was on the 705 wouldn't connect to this Wilmington. And I obviously disturbed something in there, so I've gone back to coming on this evening using the open spot, and we'll sort out a bit later where the problem lies. But these technical things are also to try as well, but it's good to have you on this evening. Right, and thank you again, Jim, for notifying the year of monitoring on the YouTube channel. And good evening to everybody else who's on YouTube as well. I've nobody actually showing it's coming in via GB7HX on this field, but if there is, please call in now. Nothing heard through GB7HX, but thank you to Mark and Monitoring for use of the facility there. Okay, back over to Keel. PG60AY in the group, M0AUG.
Yeah, CG60AY. It was interesting to hear about the different temperature forecasts, and it seems to vary between 50 and almost 30, and I checked the temperatures for our vacation location. It's on the Ringkøbing Fjord at the west coast of Denmark. The cabin will be in the dunes, very close to the water, and we are expecting 15 degrees there, probably because of the wind from the sea. But I prefer that over 30 degrees actually, and probably we will find a protected place, and sitting there in the sun is probably quite comfortable. Maybe 20 or 25 degrees when there's no wind. I will check that. And yeah, of course, I hope to sit outside on the porch and do some radio activity from there. And we'll have equipment ranging from QRP to 100 watts. And of course, I would like to do QSO with Mike and Adriane. I can send you frequencies also via email. I don't do the Zuckerberg stuff. I'm out of that, and but I'm reachable. I will have internet there and can be reached via email, and by a certain coincidence. There are also 3 Boulder parks nearby, and I hope to increase my counter for activated parks up to 30. My count is now at 27, and it should be easy to drive into these 3 parks and get on the air, especially because I have time for the activation, and I'm not in a hurry, and so we can try to do something on different frequencies, on almost anything from 10 to 80 meters, and maybe I can also give Bob in Danish Park because it's probably hard to find a new park for him, and we can even check out that. It would be interesting. I would like to hear from you. I would like to see you on the display. Okay, first, but now first back to Jeff M0AUG for the group.
TG60AY, the group M0AUG returning. Yes, fine and nothing, and to be good if you could, if you are in a Porter's particular for Bob's benefit. And I also think it'd be good if you could call the frequency and see if anybody can get back to you. That's really good if we could have contacts like that. So thanks for that, Frank, and enjoy the break anyway. Over to you there, Ralph. K5, you are in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in group K5ULE. I just want to tell Adriana, I hope she gets to feeling better. But like someone else said, her hand's not effective, so she should stay busy on the radio. Not much else to report here. I'm just sitting here going through some old documentation. I took some classes in motor controls and all that electrical polyphase stuff, so I'm just kind of going down memory lane here, reading. Just the problem with sitting out in my office, I find something interesting to read, and I'm not making any progress. I have yet to watch the presentation. I did get the alert for it, but I will watch it later today. Looking forward to that. And, of course, it's still raining here, and looking at the thermometer, it's 69 degrees here in West Texas, so certainly enjoying it and glad that I'm retired and I don't have to get out and run around in it. So, back to that. K5UE.
K5ULE in the group M0AUG chatting. Yes, fine and lots and Ralph. And first of all, thanks for being a regular contributor to this other group as well. We're quite international in the way, aren't we? With 3 stations in Germany and 2 in the US and 1 in Belgium. And, you know, we won't count Keith being up the borders about because he's still in the United Kingdom. But yeah, it's good. And then when we get the people from Scandinavia coming in as well, that just adds to it, doesn't it? And we finish up with quite a few people. Really an international net and thoroughly enjoyable. Good. Over to you there, Lou. JKJJ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group, JKJJ. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And Adriana, I hope you get well quickly. I know sinusitis can be very uncomfortable, and I do wish you get over that quite quickly. Bob, I did a number of stations on Monday. I think you said it was Monday. I did work on Tuesday as well, but I think I'm quite good on Monday. And I did hear quite a lot of US stations from the USA, but I didn't work any. It's strange. I think the best DX was China. I did work out to the east quite well, so that was, I think, the best that I did on Monday, Bob. It's a shame I didn't manage to work you, because that would have been a real pleasure. Anyway, a little bit more on the 70 centimeter antenna. The turnstile, the elements are made from 8mm copper tube, and the supporting structure from PVC tube. I think lots of people have done that. I have a picture of the finished antenna for the end of the session, so that I'll share with everyone. The SWR, as measured by the VNA, is better than 1.2 to 1, which I'm very pleased with. The polar diagram shown on EasyNet is a good dome shape, which suggests it should be good for satellites working. And the experience that I have so far with it does seem to be good for that. The phasing harness and the matching quarter wave stub is made from RG179 75 ohm coax. And there is a picture of that as well, so people will be able to see what it looks like. As constructed, the antenna couldn't be used outside. It wouldn't be weatherproof, but it could be made weatherproof quite easily. What else have I got to say? In use, it proved to be much better than the quarter wave ground plane. And despite being in the roof space, the received signals were very good. even when the satellite was over Eastern Europe, I could receive signals from the Middle East. I now intend to compare that antenna with the 70 centimeter Yagi used with the AIY rotator and see how that goes. Anyway, I've rattled on enough. So back to M0AUG in the group, G8KJJ.
KKJ in the group M0AUG returning there. Thank you for that, Lou, and obviously we'll look forward to the photograph later on in the show. And it's a shame Adriana's not with us this evening, Mike. She's usually got quite a lot to contribute to us, and so perhaps she's getting practicing on STV or something, or she's not able to use the microphone there. But if you want to sing Adriana, all the best for everybody on with that, and we do miss your contributions tonight. But over to you there, Mike, at the L1BJW in the group, M0AG.
DL1BJW, yes, first of all, Adriana sends big thanks for the many good wishes from all over. And she will not be kept from FT8 and CW, I can assure you of that, HI. So we're hoping for the best. Radio-wise, it was not so very successful the last week. We did some CW with low power, 5 watts, 3 watts, and 1 watt, and using the Rybakov antenna or Rybakov in the garden, the vertical ground-mounted antenna, and it was not bad. The results were not smashing, but they were satisfying. With 1 watt, we had a contact into Bulgaria and Portugal, CW, with 3 watts into Romania, and on 40 meters, that was all on 20 meters, I have to say, and on 40 meters with the same antenna and 3 watts, we worked into Belgium. And this was really surprising, because the antenna is working on 40 meters, but it's not constructed for 40 meters. It's too short for that. But nevertheless, the contact came on and could be concluded. So everything working there, but of course you can't have long talks on this with these conditions, I think. Then with 5 watts and the Rybakov, I had a QSO with W3RJ, which is an extremely strong station in the northeastern part of the US, which I can hear very regularly with very good signs of very good signals. And it was a pleasure to work that on 20 meters there. Yeah, FD8-wise, also not much. The farthest we could work, we have been heard all over the planet, HI, but the farthest we could have a QSO on FD8 with was Thailand, HS0ZOY. And in the morning, surprisingly, on 20 meters was Tango India 5 Romeo Tango Zulu, which is Costa Rica, and which is a new station to me, appearing now relatively regularly on the 20-meter bands in the early morning and during the time before noon. So this is interesting there. I've seen on FD2 that there's not much activity, which I could receive anyway, and on the most activity on FD2 I register on 20 meters, but there are only a handful of stations using that. There's one station from France, that's always on the air, absolutely always, day and night, obviously. So it must be automated, I think. And I've looked, as I always do, and I know Keith, for example, does it also. I've looked them up on QOZ.com. It's a real interesting story behind that, because the owner of the call sign is living in the southern part of France. He's working vintage equipment on the radio and collecting old cars. And he's got some photos of old cars which are sometimes even unique. There's one car, I can't name it now, but which is only a singular item on the world, so to speak, which has been built only once, and he owns that also. It's a racing car, and he's also got, as one should expect from a French amateur, also got a large wine cellar. So, very interesting story behind that. We have ordered a magic carpet from the internet, which arrived yesterday, and it's about 1 meter by 2 meters. And sorry, and we will have some experiments with that instead of radios to vertical antennas, and we will keep you informed about the results in the next meetings there. So far from our side, microphone back to M0AUG.
TL1BJW from M0AUG returning. Yeah, thanks for all that. It's unusual not addressing Adriana when we come back on LIR. And I don't know on the FT2 side. Obviously, I've not seen the presentation there, and I'm just wondering exactly what that's going to achieve. I'm a little bit worried about it. Apparently, it's going to be faster again than FT4 with FT8 and FT2's twice as fast as FT4. But very, very interesting, the whole thing. Personally, I've not experimented with FT8 or any derivative so far, but I do remember from the RSGB convention many, many years ago when Joe Taylor was one of the speakers when he was introducing it all to us. And I still remember some interesting parts of his presentation. Right, up to the waters now, on to you, Keith. GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group, GM4JKZ, yeah, thanks there, Jeff. And yes, Lou's setup sounds extremely good, I must admit. I just like the time to do the building. I've got all the materials down in the workshop downstairs, but housely things are taking over at the moment, unfortunately. And 26 degrees, I've got to admit, I've got used to living in Scotland, so anything above sort of 18, 19 is starting to get too hot for me. I have been known to walk around in shorts and T-shirts in the middle of winter up here. So it's only taken 7 or 8 years to get used to the temperatures up here, but yeah, too hot. And of course the aircon in the car has it failed a couple of years ago, so that's not working, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Just looking at what Mike and Adriana have achieved, or Mike's achieved, yes, on 5, 3 and 1 watt, I'm amazed. So I'm looking forward to getting the QMX Plus finished off. I've got to be honest, for 2 weeks or more, it hasn't moved off the bench. I've not had a chance to come up here and do anything else with it. I want to get all the work done out of the way, and then I've got a clear run to sort it out. And the only thing that I would add was earlier on tonight on FT8 on, I think it was on 30. It was on 30. Was Tango 88 Kilo Yankee, which is a small little island just north of Papua New Guinea, and east of the Philippines called, I think it's Palu. So that's an interesting one, but I couldn't get in contact with it, unfortunately. But there we go. Okay, I do have a photo tonight. It's one that I'm not sure if Bob can receive it, but it's one I've pulled out for Bob in particular. So more of that next time round. M0AUG in the group, GM4JKZ.
GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG. Yes, fine enough, Keith, and yeah, the bus is very variable with me. They didn't either totally quiet or nothing at all. And I did have a little surprise a couple of nights ago, early evening. I actually managed to get to the station over on Pennine Island. I don't usually hear them unless they're in contests and things. But this was a station over there, and we just had a good contact, and so I was well pleased with that, with my limited resources. And they all went fine. And yes, on the car, I had a similar thing on my Volvo a couple of years ago, and the air conditioning just backed in because it was the radiator behind the main radiator, which had just simply crowded away with age. And after much deliberation and a few hot nights, days in the car on it, I decided to put my hand in the pocket and have it replaced. And I'm well glad that I did. So I think that's what your problem might be. It might be the radiator for the aircon still working. Right, over to you, Nick, KG4IWO in the group, M0AG.
M0AG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, some interesting contributions there, and of course pass on my best wishes to Adriana. Hope she gets well soon and is going to be well enough in a couple of weeks' time, or perhaps a bit further than that, 3 or 4 weeks' time, to travel down to Friedrichshafen. And one of the highlights for me last night was discovering that in addition to Mike and Adriana, I think George M0URB and Phil and his wife G4UDU, and I've forgotten Sandy's call sign, are all going to be at Friedrichshafen. So I do hope you're able to get together at some stage as a group and take a photograph so that we can have a picture of Pennine Ham members down at Friedrichshafen this year. That would be really nice to achieve. Yeah, the other thing is, I forgot on the last over, but the talk we had a couple of weeks ago on languages is also, we've had some interesting comments both on the YouTube channel, people really enjoying it and wanting to learn more, and also from those that have sent a request into me for the PDF file of all the documents, the slides from the contributors, from Jeff and Ken, the radiometer conversation guide of Yuka OH1BR, and the other material that Jeff had drawn together for us, ON8NT. So I've been sending that off to people as they've been asking us about it. And I have had another email from Yuka OH1BR, so I don't think we'll have another presentation, but we'll have some very interesting material that we can let you have sight of in the coming few weeks, and also some videos as well that we'll put up on the YouTube channel on our creator page on the website that links to that, so that we can advertise that well as well. So that's all been very positive indeed, and it's been really nice to get the feedback on that. Going back to Lou and RS44, the AMSAT have got a really nice section of pages about the various satellites, and they've got a page on RS44 and where it's at. But I tell you what I find particularly interesting is the AMSAT Live Oscar satellite status page, which is on their website. And when you scroll down, the page with the most amount of activations reported through AMSAT is RS44. So it's not surprising that Lou, you're getting some good results there, because it does seem to attract a fair amount of interest but not quite be overwhelmed in the way in which the transponder is on the International Space Station. Yeah, I've got Bob has texted me on the on WhatsApp just to say that he's unable to transmit a photograph today, and he got one together to put up, following on the discussion we had last week with the about the shanty choir, and he's got one especially for Jeff in Belgium that he may well appreciate. So I'm going to transmit that picture that Bob sent for Bob on his behalf. That'll do for me tonight. So I'll transmit Bob's picture for him. So back to you, Jeff. M0 AEG in the group, G4IWO.
G4IWO in the group, M0 AEG returning. Yes, that's all first. Thank you for that, and I look forward to receiving Bob's picture via you. It's very encouraging when you hear the feedback from people on the talks and things like that, and you know, I had a coffee earlier on in the week with the GAs at HC, and I've known each other since we used to go crawling up Kinder Scout together in the early 90s with the Oldham Club, and we have a coffee occasionally now because Ian lives in Southport, not too far from me. And one of the things Ian was saying is how impressed he is with the Pennine Club, and obviously he just says that everything he thinks that the club is doing is absolutely spot on. So that's some more feedback there, Nick. Over to you there, Jeff. Oscar November 8 November Tango in the group, M0AEG.
Okay, M0 AUG, the group ON8 November Tango. Yeah, okay, good copy from all of you. And first of all, Mike and Adriana interested in seeing what the magic carpet is working like. Might be very interesting to see if that would be a solution for not having long radios in the field and so on. That could be really a good solution. And congratulations on your QRP contact set. That's brilliant. That's really, really surprising. That's the magic of radio, I think. That's really the magic. Okay, and Lou, your 70 centimeter turnstile, really, really interested how that is done. That seems to work quite well. I have been on the satellite quite a lot during the last couple of days, and if I look to my log, I made during the last couple of days, I made something like 30 contacts into several into the United States, into France, into Norway, which was a new one for me on satellite, into the Netherlands, into England, Estonia, Lithuania, Malta, which was a nice one, I think, Russia, and the Federal Republic of Germany, it's a German guy also. So really, and Italy, some Italians too. So really happy about that. And actually, only this morning I went on FT8, and I think conditions were good. Like Ken said, I think in one of the meetings is that after 2 or 3 days of such a eruption of the sun, such a solar storm, that maybe 2 days later you get very good conditions. And I really had the idea that was the case this morning at least. I worked into Angola on 10 meters, into Chad, into Montserrat, into Greenland, into Costa Rica. So really a nice catch of fish, I would say. So that was really nice. By the way, tomorrow, if everyone is interested, and I think here in Western Europe that might be the case, tomorrow there is another school contact from the International Space Station at 17:20 UTC tomorrow evening. So at 17:20 UTC will be in English with a school from Argentina. So that might be, for those of you who are interested, that might be 18:20 in the UK and 19:20 here at my place and in Germany. So okay, though, that might be a good thing to listen to. And I think it's with the French lady, but she speaks quite good English, I think. Okay, no, back to you, Jeff. Mike 0 AUG, the group ON8 November Tango.
Mike. Tango in the group M08 returning. Yes, well done as usual on your contacts there, Jeff, and all the other things that you do. I don't know how you've got the time to do all this. I've said this to you before. So yeah, I'd love to have half the time to do what you do on that. And excuse the background noise. That's a Polish shredder in the distance trying to screw itself up. No. Right. So yeah, over to I'm assuming you've got a picture here for usual. And I'll go over to Bob now. November 4 XL for Tango in the group. M0AUG. M0AUG with group, November 4 XL for Tango. First of all, Frank, have a good trip up to Denmark, and I'm sure that you'll do well at all three of those parks. And I'll be looking for you. I'll watch WhatsApp for the frequency that you happen to be on, and I'm sure that someone will post it. And of course, I'll look for your call sign on the scope. And Keith, I'm not sure that I'll be able to receive, but regardless, Nick always posts them on WhatsApp afterwards. So eventually I'll get the picture one way or the other. So that is great. I haven't had a lot on the radio. Like I said, I'm still playing with my antennas, and I have a lot of other things going on right now. But I'm hoping to get back on a little more frequently than I have been so far this week, but still everything is a bit up in the air here. I better get back to you now. Just losing my voice already. I'm at number 4 XL for Tango. Number 4 XL for Tango in the group M08 returning. Yeah, fine on that, Bob, and obviously when it comes down to the pictures, I'll go over to sending the picture. I think Nick's got your pictures, hasn't he, to send out on your behalf. So, thanks everybody as to where we got to so far. So I think it's probably time to start doing the pictures now. And we'll start off with you, Lou. JKJJ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group GAKJJ. Yes, thanks, Jeff. Just before I transmit the picture, I agree completely with what you were talking about, Nick, regarding RS-44. It is a popular satellite, and I know Martin worked into Alaska using that satellite. So yeah, it does work. It does work, and it is quite popular. And Jeff, congratulations on your satellite activity. That was really excellent. Yeah, Keith, I did not the last few days, but a little while back, I did see the station you mentioned, Palu, and in the Pacific, and I did try and work him on a number of occasions, but failed miserably. But yeah, that would be a new country for me, a very nice contact. Anyway, thank you, Jeff, for hosting the net. It's been a real pleasure again. I've been very interested in everything that people have said, and I'm looking forward to next week's net. So the picture I'm sending is the turnstile. There's the picture of the turnstile completed. There's a picture included in that. There's a picture of the matching stub with the phasing harness, and also there's a picture of the SWR. So that's the picture. It's on its way.
JKJJ, Group M0AG. It started off very well there, Lou. But when we got down to line 6, etc., we started getting blocks then for the next 4 or 5 lines below that. Boss, especially if you could just send it again, please. JKJM0AG. That's 100% now, Vic. Lou. So just before I go to ask the others, I'm just going back over to Teal and to Frank there. Have you got any further comments this evening? And do you have a photograph to send? DG60AY in the group, M0AG.
DG60AY. I'm just watching the pictures on YouTube, so I have to set up myself here the phone and my Bluetooth adapter and stuff. It's always interesting to hear about the satellite stuff. I would also like to do some satellite work, but there's so many things to do, and so I soak up all the information, and someday I will probably find some time. I will have to try that during the summertime when I can set up an antenna temporarily in the garden or so. During winter, it's probably not the best weather for doing that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some more pictures. I would like to thank you, Jeff, for managing the net. Also send good wishes to Adriana. Maybe we can talk next week, and if there's not enough voice, then we can still meet on the waterfall and find a way for QSO. And maybe I can see someone of you on the waterfall next week. We will see. So greetings to everyone. See you soon again. 73 from DG60AY.
DG60AY in the group M0AG returning. Yes, fine and that, Frank, and look forward to catching up with you next time.
ON8NT.
I lost you, Jeff.
ON8NT.
M0AUG from G4IWO. I'm afraid, Jeff, we've lost all of your over. I think Jeff came back to your ON8NT and said the same as I was receiving at my end. So I'll pass the microphone back to you, Jeff, and you can go again. M0AUG, G4IWO.
I think Jeff has a problem for the moment. I will stand in, Nick. So we will go to the next picture, and I think that will be GM4JKZ. Keith, could you go with your picture? No copy on Keith. Nick, would you like to send a picture maybe from Bob and from you? Go ahead, Nick. Go for India Whiskey Oscar and 8 November Tango.
Oh, an A10T from G4IW. Oh, yeah, no problem at all. I didn't get any copy from Keith either, so I'm not sure what problems we've got this evening. Yes, I've got a picture that Bob has sent over to me, Jeff, and I'll put that up as soon as I stop transmitting. Just Cure X1.
GM4JKZ.
Okay, that is a perfect copy. That is a perfect copy, sorry, Nick. And thank you very much, Bob, for sending this. I really recognize that. Those are the typical fishing boats which were flat on the other side. They were flat because before there was a harbor, the fishing boats were actually arriving and departing from the beach. So they need to have a flat underground, so to say. So these are the typical boats which were at use a couple of ages ago, I must say. But later the harbor was dicht, and so now there is a harbor. Okay, though. I have a good copy. I wonder, Lou, did you have a good copy of that picture?
No, Jeff. Unfortunately, there were a lot of blocks missing on my copy. Go ahead.
Okay, maybe Nick, you want to send it again, please, if you want.
GM4JKZ. M0TKF.
The M0 station, please come in.
Hello, AT&T, GM4JKZ. Do you copy me now, Jeff?
A good copy, 100%, Keith. Go ahead. Did you receive that picture?
From GM4JKZ, yeah, 100%. And not sure what happened last time round, but I've reset the rig. So, yeah, like the picture, very nice indeed.
Okay, that's from the place where I lived, where I had my youth, so to say. So thank you very much, Bob, for that. Lou, did you receive that picture okay now?
No, negative, Jeff. I think I've got a problem. I was just looking at. I'm receiving this the pictures on a tablet, and I think the tablet's got a problem. I should go on to the next picture, and I'll see if I can sort my problem out.
Okay, that was a bell ringing again. I don't know if anyone else heard that, but it's very strange. Okay, though. Bob, did you receive that picture, or are you unable to receive any pictures?
Good evening, Jeff. I received it fine. I'm receiving fine. I don't know what has happened. As a matter of fact, I checked the IP address, and that had changed, so I fixed that. But I still am not transmitting, and I can't figure out why I'm not transmitting photos. But I've received all of the photos that have been sent fine so far, and thank you for asking. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Very good. Maybe I give the microphone to Nick to send his own picture, and then we go to Keith. So Golf 4 India Whiskey Oscar. Nick, go ahead for your own picture.
Oh, an AT&T from G4IWO. Yeah, I'm going to have to transmit the picture back again because I had one set previously, and when I then uploaded Bob's, that picture disappeared. So CureX1. And just while I'm looking for it, can I also just say that Adriana's posted a message on YouTube saying greetings to all members and friends from DL8BDT, and thank you very much for the good wishes from Adriana. So thanks, Adriana, and pleased that you were able to contribute to the net by writing your message on YouTube for us this evening. So we're all hoping you get well soon. So CureX, Jeff, and I'll quickly go back and upload the photograph. Hopefully I can find it again quickly that I was going to send, which is a simple photograph of my radio sitting on a little portable table at the location on the Pennine Way that I go to when I can do. So CureX, Jeff, and I'll be back with you in a second.
Okay, Nick, that's a perfect copy for me. So I just asked Lou, did you were you able to copy that in good order there, Lou? G8KJJ, the group of an 8 November Tango.
Yeah, I copied it 100%, but I can't look at it. The tablet's died. Yeah, no, I've got it on the machine. I've got it on the ID50, and it's 100%. And that's true of the other picture as well. So I can look at those, but it'll have to be a little bit later. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, we probably have a problem with the tablet there. Okie doke. Bob, did you get that picture okay?
Pennine Ham, November 4 X-ray Alpha Tango. I can even read the free on my receiver. It's 7128.683. So yeah, I have almost perfect copy. It says 96%, but what I'm missing is just a few blocks in the grass. So there's no need to resend it. Back to you, Jeff.
Okay, yeah, indeed. The picture is very clear. I could also read 7128.68, but the three, I had a bit difficulties with that, Bob. Your eyes are excellent. Keith, did you copy that picture okay?
From GM4JKZ, yeah, that's fine. I call this a 705 self-portrait.
Okay. Before we go to you, Keith, I think there is a station Mike 0 Tango Kilo Foxtrot Roy, which is coming in through GP 7 Tango Yankee. Roy, do you want to come in, please? Go ahead, Roy. Mike 0 TKF from 8 November Tango in the group. No copy, he just wants to eavesdrop, which is perfectly okay. Just checking if Jeff is back, Mike 0 AUG. Jeff, are you back online here from 8 November Tango in the group?
Well, I'm a Tango in the group, M0 Asia Terry. Yep, I've been monitoring for about 10 minutes there, Jeff. And I did send you a text back. I'm quite happy for late. So you take it all home, and I'll just sit here and watch them. I don't know what the issue was with this. I think I've solved it, but please carry on and take it home. Then for actually, sorry, I'll still remain November Tango. M0 AG.
Okay, Jeff. Good that you are back online there. Very good. Let's go to Keith for this picture. GM4JKZ, the group. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, from GM4JKZ, yeah. Yeah, for Bob's information, this is a picture of Calshot Spit lightship, and it was the first lightship that was automated in the UK in 1973. And for Jeff, M0 AUG, just a quickie on the Volvo, I photographed when I parked it up this afternoon back in the garage, 198,000 miles on the clock dead. So QX1, picture is on its way.
Perfect picture, Keith. Perfect picture. I remember we had one which was called the Westfinder, the Westgender, which is now in the harbor of Antwerp, and I think it serves as a restaurant or something. And they are manned by the Radio Amateur Club from Antwerp from time to time. They are activating this light ship with a special call sign. Okay, though. Lou, did you copy that? Did you copy that? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I restarted the tablet and it's fine. 100%. Jeff, go ahead.
Go for India Whiskey Oscar of an 8 November Tango. Did you get that picture okay, Nick?
Yeah, G4IW returning. Yeah, got the picture. Beautiful picture. Just a couple of missing blocks, but they were in the sea, so didn't disturb the quality of it. And I've posted it onto the WhatsApp group as well. That's you, Jeff. ON8NT, G4IWO.
Yeah, okay, Bob. November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. Did you get that okay? That was one especially for you, Chai.
ON8NT, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. All I missed was maybe 5 blocks at the very beginning, so it did not affect the picture. And the quality of the photo is beautiful, perfect quality. And once again, no problem reading the call sign on it. GM for JKZ. Hi. Back to you, Jeff.
Okay. Pete, do you want to send it again, maybe?
Yeah, can do. QX1 on its way.
Okay, Bob. Bob, did that solve the problems?
November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. Exactly the same blocks missing, but really no problem. Because it's a very top line, and the top line really doesn't have any part of the ship on it. So I could alternate here to get rid of that, and it's one that I will save. Back to you, Jeff.
Okay, thank you. And Nick, did that solve some problems? Maybe that's strange that Bob has exactly the same missing blocks like the first time. Nick, did you have the same system or?
Yeah, G4IWO returning. No, this time I got 100%, and I've posted up the final version onto the WhatsApp group as well. I just had 4 missing blocks, I think, but this time 100%, no problem at all. ON8NT, G4IWO.
Okay, I think it's my time now to send a picture. Before I give you the final word, Nick, I will come back to you for the final word and also to Jeff to close the net. The picture that I have, actually, it's also a picture especially for Bob. Next week, we are going to the Maritime Festival in Ostend. And very interesting festival, actually. I like that very much, so we will make a day out of it. And I don't know if that sailing ship will be there. I forgot the name of the ship. I think it's an Italian sailing ship. It's called the America Vespucci. I think I maybe pronounced that completely wrong, but anyway, here is a picture coming. QRX. think I have a problem now. There was a cross. Okay, did you got that okay, Bob? November 4, X-ray Alpha Tango?
NT, November 4, X-ray Alpha Tango. It looks like I got two different photos at the same time. One showed up immediately, and then all of a sudden a sailing ship came through. But for instance, the first maybe 5 lines where your call sign is, I can see the NT on the end of the call, but that's all I can see. And it looks like a building that was there, and then all of a sudden the ship, Jeff, O&8NT and 4XAT.
Okay, well, Lou, did you got the same problem like Bob? G4, G8KJJ, the group of 8 November Tango?
Yeah, I did, Jeff. I think it was the previous picture, your previous week's picture, that came up first, and then that was overwritten by the new picture. I've got the new picture, but it's got, I think, about 3-4 blocks missing. The call sign, I've got a block missing there, and also there's one just below the, or the 4 below the flag. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I will send it again. QRX, it's coming again.
And a very nice picture too. I'm a big fan of tall ships, and that's a really nice one. Go ahead.
Okay, we hope to see some of them next week here in Ostend at the Belgian coast. Okay, Bob, did you get that okay now?
100% that time, Jeff, 100%, and it's a beautiful shot.
Okie dokie. Did you get that?
Yep, 100%, and look forward to the picture next week of more sailing ships, Jeff. O&8NT, TM4JKZ.
I will do my best, teacher. Okay, though, I give Nick. Did you receive that picture? And then I give you also the microphone for the final, and then to Jeff, of course, for the final, definitely final. So go ahead, Nick. Go for India Whiskey Oscar and 8 November Tango in the group.
08 November Tango in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, first of all, thank you to the two Jeffs for sharing the net tonight, and it's been a very interesting evening. Andy 2E0REE has just popped up on YouTube to say it's been a good net and great picks. So thanks very much, Andy. Not quite sure who else we've got on. We've got 6 other people, 6 or 7 watching live at the moment. So hope you've enjoyed the net. By all means, when you get an opportunity, post us a message and tell us if you've enjoyed it, and hope we see you again. And also thank you to those who catch up on this during the week and listen to the net at their convenience. Hope you find our Club Digital Net of interest to you. I'm still having difficulties sorting the date for the speaker we've got on Rade, which I know is one that Jeff O&8NT especially is waiting for, but some of the rest of us I know are interested to get this talk, and we've just been struggling to make contact to get a date that works. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days we'll get that one sorted. So that should be our next talk in the next couple of weeks. And on that note, I'm going to wish everyone a very pleasant evening, 73s to you all, and look forward to catching up with everyone next week. So back to you first, Jeff, and to ON8NT, and I'll let you hand the microphone over to Jeff M0AUG. Oh, I've just had another net as well from Ian at G8ZHC. Thanks for the net. Was monitoring due to PC BIOS battery issue this evening. Hope to be on next week, says Ian. Back to you, Jeff. ON8NT G4IWO.
Okay, Nick, thank you very much for everything. Thank you very much for organizing all this, Nick. That's an incredible job, I think, from time to time. And okay, everyone, thank you very much for participating and for all your contributions here to the net. And I give the microphone for the real final to Mike 0AUG, Jeff from ON8 November Tango in the group. Go ahead, Jeff.
ON8N.
ON8 November Tango in the group, M0AG returning. That's fine with that, Jeff, and thank you so much for stepping in there. I did manage to get back online. I think you were doing such a good job of sorting all the photographs out. It would have been incorrect for me to jump back in. So this is what a good team's all about, and thank you for standing in there, and also to Keith as well, who acts as deputy, if you like, for now and again. And it's been a lovely evening as well, and some nice pictures as well. And I'm not sure from what you said, Jeff, but you can tell me at the other time you may not be with us on the net next week. But thanks everybody for listening. Thank you to those who have been on the YouTube channel as well, and I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, we'll close the net for this week. This is Mike 0 for Uniform Golf, closing the Pennine Ham digital net for another Thursday evening. It's been a good night tonight, with all the technical difficulties, life's challenges. 7-3 everybody, have a good week, and tell Joanna I'll be soon feeling better, and there you go, you're back online next time. So M0AUG now off and clear. 7-3 everybody.